Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Jedi Knight of the Woods channel. It's Paul here, and yes, you're not seeing things. I am wearing a ski mask, balaclava, and my snood. Please bear with me. This video was born out of some frustrations that I've been having around YouTube recently. So I hope all will become clear. So let me explain. First of all, the reason that I've been doing these YouTube videos was because I had this week's vacation coming up fairly soon, and what I wanted to do was to join the Bushcraft Wilderness Living community, to show the kit that I take, join in with a whole group of people that like-minded, so on and so forth. And so what I've done is I've done a number of videos that I've posted fairly successfully up onto YouTube, but there's a whole bunch of videos that I've tried to post that haven't been successful. They've, for whatever reason, they've timed out, they've bombed out, they've not loaded up. It's been very, very frustrating. And here I am, the evening I'm just about to set off up to North Wales, and I haven't achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. So that's point number one. I've done an overview today of the backpack that I'm going to be carrying with me on a daily basis. I hope you have a look at that. What you haven't seen are necessarily the individual videos on the kit themselves up close and personal. So that's my first frustration. So the second thing was I subscribe to a number of different channels where people find it necessary, and it is necessary, to hide their identities. You know, I'm very open to a lot of different opinions out there, and what I've come up with here is just, I wanted to do an update, okay, on my videos. But also there's some very frustrating things that have happened to me today, in the last couple of days, so on and so forth. This is my new second identity, alternate identity, whatever you care to call it. Dual personality, whatever. I am now, when I'm dressed like this, I am now the hooded mask. Okay? It's a fairly light-hearted way of putting down on video for YouTube my rants. The things that are really frustrating me, and that I really got a lot of opinion about. I might not have the most educated opinion compared to experts out there, but I've got feelings on a subject. I'm not hiding my identity. People know who I am. I'm not hiding my address. Nothing sinister. I'm not going out to mug anybody or anything along those lines. This is just a light-hearted way for me to put down my frustrations over to you. That I think might be of interest. So you're talking now, or you're listening now, should I say, to the hooded mask. Basically because, you know, short of my mum, I'm not the most photogenic person in the world. So this is an easy way of for me to just have a laugh about these things, you know, while putting a serious tone on some issues, current affairs, if you like. My first rant that I want to put across is around this whole thing about preparedness and our mentality in the UK, and I find it quite infuriating, actually. I want to give a big shout out first of all to a guy called Mick and his family, who I've been talking to just recently. They're going up to Snowdonia as well at exactly the same time as me, and sorry Mick, if we'd have got our act together a little bit quicker, we might have had a meet up, a little mini meet, so on and so forth. But you know, I love watching his channel. Him and his family have got a great attitude. They're very into this preparedness thing, self-sufficiency, wilderness living, so on and so forth. And I also subscribe to a guy, Royston, I think his name is, from Survival Instinct UK, and he's only produced a few videos, same as, you know, a few of the rest of us, and but I like his mindset, I like his attitude, and that's why I enjoy watching his videos. And this whole thing about us in the UK with preparedness, I just think is absolutely incredible. When you look at the world events that are going on at the moment, with the earthquake in Japan, and you know, the stuff that's going on in Libya and everywhere else around the world, how us in the UK can be so blinkered and so naive about the possibilities that this world is presenting to us. One thought that Royston brought up was all it will take is for the electricity grid to go down, and it basically will throw this country into complete chaos. And that's just one utility, but that one utility is what drives the water functioning. It's what drives everybody's televisions, the lighting around the place. You know, we're all so used to, in the winter months, going on and turning a light on here as soon as we enter a room. When you can't do that, you've actually got to start thinking about what you're doing. And of course, when you don't have flowing water, When you haven't got your instalment of East Bloody Enders or whatever mind-numbing television you watch, of course it's your choice, it's just my opinion, you're going to start going a bit crazy about things. Or at least some of you are. But there's a group of us out there that take this stuff pretty seriously, and we're in the course of action of preparing ourselves for those eventualities. Now, it's not about being a pessimist, it's not about being a doom monger. What it is it's about being a realist. It's about accepting the world as it is now and realising that terrorist attacks can happen at any point. Okay, so we're not living like Japan on the most volatile tectonic plates in the world, and we don't have to live day by day with the fear of this thing happening, or indeed the occurrence of this thing happening. But I just want you guys out there to think about this, right? Everybody in Japan has a grab bag. Everybody in Japan has a mechanism in their life for when disaster strikes to get out, to reach safety, to do what they can to save their lives. I get laughed at continually when I say, I've got my bag, I've got my poncho in there, I've got a knife on me, I've got a means of starting fire, I've got some water capacity. And people look at me and laugh and say, you're only going 10 miles into the woods. Yeah, but what happens when the British weather suddenly turns inclement and the winds are blowing at 10 mile an hour and you haven't dressed according to the conditions that we're out in, and you get drenched, and all of a sudden you've got the very real possibility out in a forestry area of starting to get the onset of hypothermia. I'll be there to save your butt. You won't save your own, but I'll be there to save your butt. I'll go out into the woods with people that wear t-shirts and shorts and flimsy trainers, and I think, why are you dressing for the environment that could quickly turn in a matter of a few hours into something very, very serious and real? So there you go, guys. That's my rant for the day. I want to do everything I possibly can to change the attitude of the British people, to start instilling where I can this thought process of preparing for the fundamentals that you need to survive, preparing for the things that might happen in the future. I'm not talking about remote possibilities here, I'm talking about very real situations. Get your act together, British people, sort your lives out and do what you need to do. Rant over for this video. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.